It feeds on the evil that seeps out during conversations between people. I am coming to you, you who will be reduced to ash like me. In the name of love and justice, here comes Magical Girl. Its memories began with a warm hug. The girl begged in tears, "Mister, please cut off my feet." Do you remember this melody? The professor used to play this song when the students were sleepy. Happy birthday. She was so talkative before, yet in the end, loneliness was the only listener. One day you'll understand the meaning of the desperation on their faces when the roulette spins. Over time, her unbearable sorrow grew into a mournful obsession covered in countless lengthy hairs. And the many shells cried out one word: manager. This is a recording of the day we must never forget. But nothing could compare to the music it makes when it eats a human. From break and ruin, the most beautiful performance begins. This is a forest full of hearts. No matter how many he cuts down, the forest still remains dense. The snow is steadily melting, perhaps because spring is coming, or it might be the palace collapsing. A month later, we came to this conclusion. There was no such beast in the forest. Blood covers the whole floor. Screams echo. People are running away. The day a ripe apple fell off the tree in the garden where the princess and the king stood, the witch's heart shattered. Unsurprisingly, not a single employee volunteered to retrieve the corpse of their cocooned colleague. However, the curse continues eternally, never broken. Rise, my servants, rise and serve me. With my infinite hatred, I give you this gift. If you feel an abdominal pain and a tingling sensation in your neck, the best thing you can do now is look at the great blue sky you'll never get to see again. Many hands float in the bath. They are the hands of the people I once loved. Somewhere in the distance, you can hear seagulls, bearing the hope to return to dust. It shall go back to the grave with all that desires to live. What's really pitiful is people like you dying to the likes of me. A teardrop fell from the child's dewy eyes as stars showered from the sky. The world falls into a slumber, trapped in an ecstatic lullaby. People have been committing sins since long ago. Why do they commit sins, knowing it's wrong? I'll hang his head over my bed. Only then can I get up in the morning without having a nightmare. Still, it didn't matter to him. After all, he was destined to be a big, bad wolf. You see a song in front of you. It's approaching, becoming more colorful by the second. life is only granted to those who hold no fear of death. Its scale would never neglect the weight of even the smallest sin. Sadness says, "Begone, pass away." But greed seeks eternity, seeks deep, deep eternity. Even if this turns to be a curse, I will love this curse like a blessing. She was so sad that she had to leave her dear friends behind, so she came up with a brilliant idea. Where does one go when they die? This magical bullet can truly hit anyone, just like you say. What happens when the black swan wakes up from dreaming of a white swan? Tell the kid today's treat is going to be grape-flavored candy. It's his favorite. Don't look away. Just keep your eyes on it. Contain it in your sight. All that remains is the hollow pride of a weathered night. It can enter your body through any aperture. The smiling faces are unfamiliar, yet sorrowful. Someone's persistent gaze can be felt from the keyhole inside the machine. Excessive aspiration would bring about unwarranted frenzy. The final chapter ends with the phrase, "Born again." And the prayer shall inevitably end with the eternal despair of its worshipper. The tree simply reaped from what it sowed. The satisfaction is only temporary, though. It literally makes itself into the safest place on Earth. Everything will be peaceful while you are under the fairy's care. That's not a flower. Order all the employees nearby to evacuate immediately. Now everything will be just fine. When the time comes, the train will chug down the tracks and sound its mighty horn. The city still remained a beautiful place, where the emerald rose sparkled bright as ever. The only advice that can be given is to remain cautious and aware of your surroundings. If a flaw in the system disables the sensors covering the abnormality, we will once again have to sincerely consider how to dispose of the manager. Save us now and forevermore. The truth shall set us free. This portrait encaptures a moment. It is what we are destined to lose. It's a good day. Are you still shy today? Let us meet again as stars. Many of those who underwent an operation inside the machine have found themselves rested and healthy again. This bracelet shall not forgive those who hold greed in their hearts. Thus, it must only be worn by those in true need. Eventually, intellect loses all meaning as they forget even how to exist. Those betrayed hearts sank into the depths, slowly forgotten in the ever-lengthening corridors of time. Now it's time for my head to burst. Good day. Please eat my dreams. The more blood it has, the more beautiful it is. Those who succeed in the hunt are granted with one of the very feathers that countless hunters once yearned for. You turn on the electric hair clipper. Now you become the sky, and I the land. However, the world is more than simply warmth and light.